Have you ever wondered why certain things happen in your life? Could there be a universal law guiding your destiny? Have you ever heard of karma? Many people think of it as a universal counter that records our good and bad actions, but there's much more to discover. What if I told you that every action you take impacts the world around you in ways you can't even imagine? Today, we'll explore the 12 laws of karma and how these can not only change your life, but also help you navigate the complex pathways of existence with greater awareness and intentionality. The law of cause and effect, also known as the law of sowing and reaping. The law of cause and effect is one of the foundations of karma. Every action, word, or thought triggers a series of reactions that return to you, shaping the fabric of your life. When you perform an action, like helping someone, you are planting a seed. This seed can grow and bloom in ways you can't always predict. You might not receive help right away, or from the same person you helped, but the universe has a way of balancing things that often goes beyond our immediate understanding. So when you wonder why certain things are happening to you, remember that every situation is the fruit of seeds planted in the past, consciously or not. This doesn't mean we are prisoners of fate. On the contrary, we have the power to change the course of our lives with new actions, creating new causes that will lead to new effects. The law of creation. The law of creation teaches us that we do not live our lives in isolation. Rather, we are co-creators of our world. Every thought, every emotion, and every action contributes to shaping the reality we live in every day. If you want to change your life, you must start with yourself. This principle goes beyond mere optimism or the desire for positivity. It is a deep understanding that your inner state, your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs is reflected externally in your life experiences. If you harbor feelings of resentment, fear, or negativity, the world you perceive will likely mirror these emotions. Conversely, if you cultivate love, gratitude, and openness, you will attract experiences that reflect these qualities. You are truly the painter of the canvas of your life. So, the next time you find yourself dissatisfied with some aspect of your reality, rather than asking what went wrong externally, ask what you could change internally. The law of humility. The law of humility teaches us that true change begins with the total acceptance of reality, as it is without excuses or denials. This means recognizing and accepting our limits, mistakes, and failures, as well as acknowledging our successes and strengths. Only through genuine humility can we clearly see where we stand, which is our starting point for any path of personal or spiritual growth. This law argues that only by lowering our defenses, admitting our mistakes, and accepting our imperfections can we pave the way for learning and evolution. It is a powerful antidote to selfishness and arrogance, which often keep us stuck in repetitive cycles of pain and frustration. Humility is not submission. It is a courageous acknowledgement that despite not being perfect, we are still capable of making significant and positive changes. The law of growth. According to the law of growth, true personal development occurs only when we focus on ourselves, rather than trying to change others or external circumstances. If you want to see improvement in your life, start by changing your behavior, your thoughts, and your emotions. Every lasting external change begins from within. This law encourages us to take responsibility for our well-being, increasing our awareness, and actively working on our reactions and behaviors. In practice, this means cultivating new habits, challenging old patterns of thought, and most importantly, maintaining an attitude of openness to the lessons that every experience, good or bad, brings us. Growth is a continuous and dynamic process that requires consistency and dedication. It is not a single event, but a series of small steps taken every day. The law of responsibility. The law of responsibility reveals a powerful insight. The external reality is a reflection of our inner state. When we encounter disorder or chaos in our life, it often indicates a similar turmoil within our being. This law implies not only responsibility for our actions, but also for our thoughts and emotions. If you desire an environment of peace and harmony, start by creating these conditions inside yourself. Face your fears, your insecurities, and internal conflicts. Work to develop self-awareness and self-discipline. Ask yourself, what habits or beliefs keep me trapped in this cycle of chaos? What can I change? Remember, lasting external change always begins from within. Every step you take toward recognizing and taking responsibility for your inner states triggers an improvement in the quality of your external life. The law of connection. The law of connection emphasizes that everything in the universe is interconnected. Every action, small or large, is linked to a reaction. There is no beginning too small or a step too insignificant. Every choice you make, every word you speak, every thought you nurture plays a critical role in the fabric of your existence. This principle urges us to assess our daily actions, not just those that seem to have great importance. Small acts of kindness, daily decisions about our behavior or attitude can have enormous repercussions. This law also invites us to recognize how our actions affect others and the world around us. Ask yourself, how do my daily actions contribute to building the world I desire? How can I make every step intentional and meaningful? It is an invitation to live with full awareness and deliberation, recognizing that every moment is an opportunity to positively influence our lives and those of others. The law of focus. The law of focus teaches us that the quality of our attention determines the quality of our life. When we intensely direct our focus toward positive values and meaningful goals, we create a mental space where negativity cannot easily penetrate. This does not mean ignoring problems or denying challenges, but rather consciously choosing where to focus our energies. Focus is not just a matter of thought, but an active and ongoing action. It is a repeated decision to engage with what is constructive rather than what is destructive. When we focus on what is essential and aligned with our core values, we reduce mental clutter and increase our effectiveness and satisfaction in life. Reflect on this. How can improving your daily focus enhance your life? What tools and techniques can you employ to sharpen your concentration and eliminate distractions that distance you from your goals? The law of giving and hospitality. The law of giving and hospitality explores how our actions reflect and reinforce our beliefs. If we truly believe in something, it is natural for these beliefs to manifest through our daily actions. This law suggests that we live as if we were hosting our most cherished beliefs, treating them with respect and priority in our lives. Giving is not limited to mere charity or physical support. It also includes giving space to ideas, time for reflection, and energy to the passions that fuel our spirit. Additionally, this law invites us to be hospitable not only with others, but also with ourselves, nurturing our inner being and welcoming new ideas that can stimulate our personal growth. Reflect on how you can be more hospitable in your daily interactions and how you can give more in a way that reflects and reinforces what you truly believe. How do you convey hospitality towards your beliefs through your choices and actions? The law of here and now. The law of here and now urges us to immerse ourselves fully in the present, recognizing that only this moment is truly at our disposal. The past is now immutable, and the future has not yet arrived. Living intensely in the present is the only way to exercise true control over our lives. Focusing on the here and now, we can escape the weight of regrets for the past and anxiety for the future. This not only increases our happiness and satisfaction, but also improves our reactivity and adaptability in everyday situations. The practice of mindfulness, which invites us to observe without judgment the thoughts and sensations of the present moment, is a powerful example of how we can cultivate a deeper connection with the current instant. Ask yourself, how can I anchor myself more to the present? What practices or habits can help me reduce distraction and increase my presence here and now? The law of change. The law of change teaches us that life is a continuous cycle of learning and adaptation. Every experience, whether positive or negative, offers us vital lessons that, if learned, can alter our path in significant ways. This law asserts that if we continue to encounter the same obstacles or difficulties, it is likely that there is a lesson not yet learned that prevents us from moving forward. Change does not occur only when external circumstances change, but when we ourselves change in response to what we have learned. Changing the way we respond to external events can radically transform our life experience. Therefore, it is essential to ask ourselves which repetitive behaviors or thought patterns might be responsible for the recurrence of certain situations. How can I respond differently in the future? What changes can I make to not only face, but also benefit from the challenges I encounter? The law of patience and reward. The law of patience and reward emphasizes that true success requires long-term dedication and unconditional perseverance. This law invites us to recognize the value of every small step taken toward our goals, as it is precisely the accumulation of these small efforts that leads to great achievements. Patience is not merely passive waiting. It is active perseverance, a tenacity that refuses to give up despite difficulties and delays. Every day that you choose to move forward, even by just one step, you build the foundations of your future victory. Reflect on how you are investing in your future success. Are you cultivating habits that will support you in difficult times? Are you maintaining your commitment even when the results are not immediately visible? True reward comes not only from achieving the final goal, but also from knowing that you have honored the process with your persistence and commitment. The law of meaning and inspiration. The law of meaning and inspiration reminds us that every action, regardless of its size, has the potential to significantly influence the world. When we act with love, passion, and authenticity, we elevate not only ourselves, but also those around us. This law challenges us to live and work with a sense of purpose, always seeking to infuse inspiration into our daily actions. Ask yourself, how can I make my daily actions more meaningful? In what ways can I use my talents and passions to enrich others? Acting with meaning involves more than grand gestures. It involves infusing every action, large or small, with an intention that transcends the personal and touches the collective. When we live with this level of awareness, we become a beacon of inspiration and a catalyst for positive change. The 12 laws of karma are not just spiritual theory, but practical tools that can guide you toward a richer and more fulfilling life. Each law we have explored today has the power to resonate and transform, if only we choose to listen and act.